All right, Shalom, brothers. I'm back again. Come out here in the city, out to the highways and the byways, to prophesy the downfall of America. All right, letting these people know who the true Hebrew Israelites are, the so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native American Indians. All right, basically, you know, it's a repetitive thing, but it's something that has to be done. But unfortunately, these people here in San Angelo, they don't want to hear the truth. You know, as well as you brothers know in y'all's own city, town. You know, brothers in Europe, we already know how these two-thirds are. They don't want to hear about the truth. All right. So speaking directly to the camera, you know, like the scriptures say, he that hear, let him hear. You know, and he that forbear, let him forbear. So we're only out here for the elect of the nation of Israel. All right. And these other people that are stuck into them false philosophies, false doctrines, thinking that the Gentiles can be grafted into the salvation of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Hey, they're blind, man, because they don't understand the scriptures. But once again, you know, I'm out here for the Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, and let you know that you are the true Hebrew Israelites of the Bible. All right, and to cast down every stronghold that rises against the knowledge of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, who y'all ignorantly call Jesus Christ. Okay, and one of the greatest deceptions that was put on the earth with these people that were brought over to serve slavery was this white image, Caesar Borgia, who they call Jesus Christ. All right, nowhere in the scriptures does it depict the Lord to look this way. All right, but we're here to cast down strong imaginations and let you know that only the salvation is for Israel. Okay, and you know, this is one of the controversial topics that were put out in the scriptures, man. The Lord was letting us know that it was going to be a controversial thing, and how the nation of Israel were going to put on the spirit of confusion of faces, meaning that they weren't going to know who they were as a people anymore. They're going to be known as a byword. All right, as today they're called Negroes. All right, the Mexicans called spick, wetback. You know, those are all bywords. You know, that were given by who are oppressors. The so-called white man, the so-called Japanese, Chinese man. You know, they don't fall under the curses that were spoken about in Deuteronomy chapter 28. All right, and that's something that only the elect are going to draw close to and have a understanding mind about. But the first scripture I want to bring out is 2nd Esdras chapter 15 verse 1. It says, "Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Most High." Right, because the words of prophecy are these words in this book. All right, these ain't just no inspirational words that all these so-called Christians, self-proclaimed Christians, like to hold up, put on Facebook. Oh, the Lord's with me. He's the one that strengthened me, using Philippians chapter 4 verse 13. You know, the Most High ain't with you, wicked two-thirds, man. Two-thirds of the nation of Israel are wicked, man. They hold hand in hand with the wicked. They justify the wicked. All right, they're a bunch of hypocrites here in America, man. And that's why the Most High, by His Son Yahweh Shai, is going to come and destroy this place. All right, anybody that rises against the knowledge of the Lord, you're going to be destroyed, man. All right, if you ain't sighing and crying about the abominations that are being done on the earth, then the Most High got you marked for death. Thus saith the Most High according to the Bible. The Bible's not just about love and all this stuff that y'all think about. This is love right now. Getting open rebuke. Open rebuke is better than secret love, according to the book of Proverbs, man. Okay, and the true prophets, the true men of the Lord, go onto the highways and the hedges and make themselves a living sacrifice. All right, not like your fake pastors hiding themselves up in a church, being governed by the government under the 501c3 Act. All right, but according to the scriptures, we got to come out and speak prophecy, man. All right, it says, "Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord." Right, and who are the Lord's people? All right, that's the controversial thing that's in the earth right now. Y'all people say that everybody's the Most High's people. No, man. Show me in the scriptures where it says everybody's the Lord's people. All right, it says, "And cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true." Right, because these words are faithful and true. All right, which leads me to the scripture in Romans chapter 3. All right, all you people out here, all y'all do is y'all mangle the scriptures and twist the scriptures to y'all's own liking. All right, y'all try to make the so-called white man, Japanese, Chinese, East Indian. All right, they all try to make themselves fit into the scriptures when y'all are the ones that oppressed us throughout the whole centuries, man. now you got these people on the internet trying to compete and discredit the prophecy, man. Trying to rise up against the elders. All right, the elders a great millstone. All right, and even today, even to this very certain day, in all the small cities and towns in America, throughout the whole globe, everybody thinks that salvation is for everybody, man. When the Bible is about prophecy. Okay? This is Romans chapter 3, verse 1. It says, what advantage then hath the Jew? Or what profit is there of the circumcision? Alright? Much very way. Much every way, chiefly because that unto them were committed to the oracles of the Most High. Right? Because who were given the oracles, the laws, statutes, and commandments? The nation of Israel, man. Yasha'Allah. No one else was given these prophecies. No one else was given these laws, statutes, and commandments. Alright? Now all of a sudden, everybody fits in. Everybody wants to fit in it. You know? Well, I'm gonna tell you something. The Most High, all you that try to fit yourself in, He's gonna push you out. Because there's not enough room, man. This is Psalms 147, verse 19. It says, He showeth His word unto Jacob. Right. And what are the words of the Heavenly Father, man? Prophecy. But y'all people don't even know that, man. Y'all, like I said, like I mentioned earlier, y'all hold this book and these words as if it's to y'all's advantage. All right, to where it's gonna mold itself to fit you. All right, even if you weren't wickedness, the Most High is against that. Basically, when you try to take the scriptures up to your own blessing while you work wickedness, be a hypocrite, you're condemning yourself. You know? And that's why the Most High is send out certain men out to the highways and the hedges to cast down that, man, to let you people know you're going off, whether you want to believe or not, man. All right? Because we're not out here for those that want to try to discredit us what we believe. If you don't believe it, you know what I'm saying? That's why the scriptures say, he that hear, let him hear. But he that forbear, let him forbear. We ain't worried about you. I ain't worried about you. I'm worried about the elect, sealing up the elect of the nation of Israel, so we can get up on out of here, man. All right. This is Revelations chapter 19, verse 10. It says, and I fell at his feet to worship him, and he said unto me, see thou do it not. I am thy fellow servant, and of thy brethren that have the testimony of Yahweh Shai. Worship the Most High. For the testimony of Yahweh Shai is the spirit of prophecy. Right. So where do you find the testament of the Lord? In this book, man. What is compiled with what? Words. So his words are prophecy. So the laws, statutes, and commandments, all right, the oracles were given unto this group of people, man. Not to everybody. To the brethren. Which are who? Israelites. All right. And that's the one thing, you people don't understand the topic and the subject of the Gentiles, or the strangers, the sojourners. That you think it's talking about the heathen, all right? When really it's talking about the Negroes and Latinos and Native American Indians. We are those Gentiles because we picked up the traditions and the customs of the other nations. That's why you got the Latino people, the so-called Mexicans, into heavy idol worship, man. And they're zealous for that because they rebelled against the Heavenly Father, man. All right, you don't see the other nations doing that. They worship themselves, man, because these people on the side, the Negro, Latinos, the Native American Indians, we seek a higher power, man, a supreme being. All right, which is Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. But they follow after false idols who they call God, Yahweh, you know. The tetragrammaton, all that is the four-letter words, man. The consonants, the W, the Y, W, H, the Y, H, W, H, man. All right? Because the so-called Jews over there in Israel, they deem that name to be too holy to call upon. And he got all you people believing in that madness. Because they know if that name gets out to these people, all right, that have a zeal for Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, that follow after righteousness, that he's going to come back that much quicker. But that's why you Negroes and Latinos, man, y'all are into some weird things, man. While in the meanwhile, the so-called white man's laughing at you, getting ready to prepare war, martial law upon this place, man. You know. I'm gonna go ahead and read Psalms 147 and 19. He showeth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. He had not dealt so with any nation. And as for his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye the Lord, man. And that's what us Negro Latinos and Native American Indians are coming to, man. We're praising the Most High, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Because he had not dealt so with any other nation. We're the true Hebrew Israelites of the Bible, man. All right. Going back to Romans 3, and so I'm gonna start back at verse 1. It says, "What advantage then hath the Jew, or what profit is there of circumcision? Much every way, chiefly because that unto them were committed the oracles of the Most High." Right. So that's who the oracles were committed to, man. The prophecies were committed unto the nation of Yasha'Allah, Israel. All right. For you brothers out there that are watching the videos, the elect, because the majority of the people are gonna basically be woken up through internet, man. So, hey, man, you gotta really take heed to these sayings, man, and understand and have faith, because you got people out here in the world that are still coming up against the truth, and that's why us men are coming on the highways and the byways, making videos and putting out videos to continue to push that faith. All right, to usher in the kingdom of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Because the devil, man, he don't sleep, so to speak. You see what I'm saying? So, hey, man, us brothers, it's day in, day out, man. There's brothers that putting up videos early in the morning. Brothers putting up videos every single day. Brothers going out to the highways and the byways throughout the whole week, on the weekends, you know, because the devil's, he's pushing it, man. The so-called white man's pushing all his false philosophies, man. So we got to push that much harder. All right, because this is a spiritual war, man. All right. It says, Romans 3:3, it says, "For what if some did not believe? Shall their unbelief make the faith of the Most High without effect?" Right. Are you going to make these words without effect? All right. Because you don't believe? You don't believe that the Gentiles are going to be saved? The natural Gentiles, all right? I'm talking about the heathen, the other nations. So you think you're going to make our faith without effect? Which is through the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, the true doctrine? God forbid, yea, let God be true, but every man a liar. As it is written, that thou mightest be justified in thy sayings, and mightest overcome when thou art judged, right? Because we know that we're going to be challenged, we're going to have the debate, all right? But through the spirit of the Lord, that we're going to be justified. All right, because we're coming in with honesty and the right breakdowns of what we're being taught from our elders all the way down. You can't step out of that order, unlike these people, man. These people are tossed to and fro like children, not knowing what they believe in. All right, giving away to every wind of doctrine. All right, and that's one of the common doctrines here in America, is that the Gentiles are going to be saved because they don't understand the scriptures. That a light is shown unto the Gentiles. That light is representation of who? Yahweh Shai, the Word, which the Gentiles are his own people that were scattered to the four corners of the earth. All right. It says, I'm gonna go back to the second Esdras, chapter 15, verse 3. It says, "Fear not the imaginations against thee. Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee." Right, because we know you people speak against the things that y'all don't understand. The things that y'all find strange, or y'all people are afraid of, or y'all it's unknown to you, y'all fight against, y'all buck up against. But the scriptures say, examine the truth, whether it be true, before you rebuke. And that's one of the bad things about Americans, is that they're undisciplined and they want to rebuke before they understand something. They want to cast judgment in their own mind before they understand something. But that's why you got to come out of the scriptures. And if you don't have the understanding, it's best for you to just be quiet and listen. Listen to what the elders have to say, because everybody's trying to buck up against GMS. Why? You know, because they know that GMS, the elders, they have the truth. Because we have the truth, man. You know, we're coming out here consistently, like I said, making videos, coming out to the highways and the byways, making our bodies a living sacrifice. What is everybody else doing? Ain't nobody doing nothing. What is IUIC doing? They go into hibernation when the winter comes. All right, like a lazy bear. When the scriptures say not to do that, you know, you got to come out here in and out of season, man, and speak about the things that are heavy upon the people, which the people don't have understanding about. You understand? Because that's the part of the man of the Lord's duty, is to come out here and do that, which I'm going to get into about the whole the salvation is only for Israel, man, and it's always the same thing. It's always the same topics with these common average people here in America, because they lack understanding. They're just taught by what their mom has taught them, or their dad, or their pastor, their neighborhood church pastor told them. All right. Going back to 2nd Esdras 15 and 4, it says, "For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness," right? Because they were unfaithful. They didn't want to trust in Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, nor did they want to trust in the men that Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai sent out, man. All right? So you're going to die in your unfaithfulness. Okay? It says, "Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. For wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled." Right? Because one of their hurtful works is pushing false doctrines upon these people, the Negro Latinos and Native American Indians, man. Telling them that they're the savages of the land, that they're not human. That's what they would call you Native American Indians when the so-called white man came over to the land, to the Americas. He was saying that you weren't human, man. You're a bunch of animals and savages. You know, that's how he looks at us, from the Negroes all the way down to the Mexicans, man. But yet he likes our work. He likes the way we work. He likes the way we build up his kingdom. He likes the way we make him money while we get a little bit. You know? It says, verse 7, "Therefore saith the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely committed. Neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and the righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the unjust complain continually." Right, and that's the men that were preordained by the Most High and the Son Yahweh Shai to come out to the highways and the byways and to sigh and cry, which meaning that not with tears, but with the voice, man. All right, casting down all strongholds, man. Get into the script. Right, 2nd Corinthians 10 and 2, it says, "But I beseech you that I may be bold when I am present with that confidence, wherewith I think to be bold against some which think of us as if we walked according to the flesh." Right? You know, we're out here being spiritual men, just standing out, you know, standing up, speaking up about what we believe in, our faith, you know. But it's not just that. It's not that simple. It's a zeal, a drive through the Spirit of the Lord. This thing is a serious thing. We're sounding the trumpet, man. All right, it's not no trend or whatever you think it may be, because you got all kinds of different things going on in your city, man. No, this is a highly spiritual time. We're in 2016, man. There's a lot of things going on in the earth. All right. So, hey, like it says, verse 3, "For though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through the Most High to pulling down of strongholds." Right. So, hey, that's our job, is to speak this word to prove, and whether it be a small or great matter, we got to prove through the scriptures. All right. And like the scriptures say, "Be not ignorant in a small or great matter." So we got to prove through the scriptures, like I just said. That's what the Most High requires of us. All right, to speak spiritual things, which is these words, doctrines, philosophies. All right. It says, for the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through God to the pulling down of strongholds, casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalts itself against the knowledge of the Most High, and bring into captivity every thought to the obedience of Christ. Right, and one of the high things that exalts itself against the knowledge of the Lord is that the Gentiles can be saved, man. The other heathens, man, the heathen nations. The Most High separated us for a reason. There was a reason. There was a separation from the beginning, even to the very end of the scriptures. There's a separation. You got the parable in Matthew 25 that talks about the goats that he's going to separate the goats from the sheep, man. Which the goats represent the other nations and also the 2/3. But the sheep are the righteous of the nation of Israel. They're going to put on that white apparel, man. Which that white apparel represents their true nationality and the law, statutes, and commandments. Okay? It says, and having, verse 6, and having in readiness to revenge all disobedience when your obedience is fulfilled. Right? Because there's a lot of disobedience here in America, man. A lot of folly, like I made mention earlier. So us brothers got to be ready at every single cause to when one of these devils try to come up with their little vain opinions, man, their own conceits. Like the scriptures say that you're gonna be don't be deceived by your own conceits, man. And that's what's happened here in America. Everybody's left to their own opinion. You have your own free will. You can do whatever you want. You can speak whatever you want, how you want, act how you want. That's what they promote here in America, man. But the Most High is against that. The scriptures say, be one body, one mind, one tongue, one speech. And all these other churches are divided against themselves, which those churches are not even according to the Most High. They're a bunch of harlot houses, man. Okay? Let's go again. 2 Corinthians 10:6, and having in a readiness to revenge all disobedience when your obedience is fulfilled. Right. Because, like I said, man, one of the high things that exalts itself against the knowledge of the Lord is that the Gentiles are going to be saved, man. All right? And a lot of these so-called white people, they don't even believe in the Bible, man. They spit on the Bible. They burn the Bible. They do all kinds of atrocities, man. They did it from the time of Alexander the Greek and before that to the forefather Esau, man. It's all through the history books, man. You know? They're just always trying to find a way on how to go against the Lord, man, and His word, which is Yahweh Shai. Okay? Let's get into the scriptures. I'm going to go into the gospel, just basic, you know, information, man, because it's evident, very clear that the Lord is only dealing with only one particular group of people, man. This is Proverbs chapter 8, verse 7. For my mouth shall speak truth, and wickedness is an abomination to my lips. All the words of my mouth are in righteousness. There is nothing froward or perverse in them. They are all plain to him that understandeth, and right to them that find knowledge. Right, so these words are plain, man. The scriptures clearly tell you who salvation is for. All right, it's for the nation of Israel. Who are the nation of Israel? You Negro, Latinos, and Native American Indians. Not the so-called white man, not the so-called Japanese, Chinese, the so-called Arabs. Although our people are all scattered to the four corners of the earth, but that's not who salvation is for, though, man. You got to understand that. And if you don't have that basic understanding to see that in the scriptures, then you're lost, man. Okay? And it's not meant for you to get the truth. So I'm going to go to the gospel according to St. Matthew, right? Matthew was a disciple of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, man. All right, he was taught by the Messiah. All right, the Mashiach, the anointed. All right. Now, this is a genealogy of Yahweh Shai's lineage where he's going to come through, which was the tribe of Judah. All right, because in the time when Yahweh Shai was on the earth, it was only consisted in that over the part of the land over there in Israel. The only tribes were Judah, Judah, Benjamin, and Levi over there, man. Because the northern kingdom, which consists of you Latinos, y'all were brought over here. Y'all came over here to the Americas whenever the king of Assyria took you into captivity, man. All right? It tells you that in the scriptures. So, when you go into the book of Matthew and the Gospels, it's speaking directly to the southern kingdom, which is Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. All right? But you got to understand that word Jew, it's another thing, man. You people can't grasp that around y'all's head, that the word Jew comes from the word Judah. All right? Which is in the Hebrew is Yahweh, which means he is a prince of power. All right? You other nations, you're not a prince of power, man. All right? You Arab, you come from your father Ishmael, man. All right? Because you're a wild man. And you're against every person, every nation. All right? But I want to get Matthew 1:1. It says, the book of the generation of Yahushua Mashiach, the son of David, the son of Abraham. Right? So it mentioned Abraham. Like everybody wants to bring up Abraham. Abraham is Abraham, if I'm not mistaken, which means a father of nations. All right? Or a father of a multitude. All right? So that's what it's about, man. All right? So you people, man, y'all got to understand that when the Most High made a covenant with Abraham, it was speaking directly to his seed, man. One seed. All right? It says, Abraham begat Isaac, and Isaac begat Jacob, and Jacob begat, it says Judas and his brethren. Which Judas is another way you could say Judah. All right, Yahweh, which means he's praise the Most High. That's what Judah means. All right? So, because when you go into the prophecies, into the Genesis chapter 49, it tells you that Judah was going to be the main head, and that was going to draw in the rest of the tribes. All right? Which the head of the church is who? Yahweh Shai, man. All right? Now I'm going to jump down to verse 17. It says, so all the generations from Abraham to David are 14 generations, and from David unto the carrying away into Babylon are 14 generations, and from the carrying away into Babylon unto Yahushua Mashiach are 14 generations. Okay? So there are 14 generations in between, from the time of Abraham all the way down to Yahushua, man. All right? So that prophecy, that lineage never stopped. It didn't stop, man. That promise didn't stop. It continued until the time Yahushua was going to come onto the earth. Now, I'm going to jump to verse 21. It says, and she shall bring forth a son, and thou shalt call his name Yahweh Shai, for he shall save his people from their sins. Right. So, I'm skipping around because I'm trying to get to the points to show you that if you stay in context of the scriptures, you'll understand that it's only talking about the nation of Israel, man. All right? But I understand how you 2/3 and you other nations, y'all use the scriptures that go into at the end of the Gospels where he says go unto the all nations and preach unto every creature and that, this, that, and the third. I understand that, but the whole Cornelius thing, you people don't lack understanding on that though. Okay? You got to understand, man. It says, Matthew 1:21, and she shall bring forth a son, and shall call his name Yahweh Shai, for he shall save his people from their sins. All right? And that's who his people are, which are these people on the sign. You Negro, Latinos, and Native American Indians. Okay? Let me get a scripture. The book of Genesis. This is Genesis chapter 22, verse 15. It says, and the angel of the Lord called unto Abraham out of heaven the second time, and said, by myself have I sworn, saith the Lord, for because thou hast done this thing, and hast not withheld thy son, thine only son, that in blessing I will bless thee, and in multiplying I will multiply thy seed as the stars of the heaven, and as the sand of the sea, which is upon the seashore, and thy seed shall possess the gate of his enemies. Right, so Mosiah was blessing Abraham, and the father of nations, that he was going to multiply his seed, which is who? Isaac. And then Isaac had Jacob, and Jacob had the 12, man. And therefore they multiplied. Okay? So that's a promise, man. That's a covenant that was made between them two men, between Yahweh Shai, and Abraham. Okay? Nobody else. This is Hosea chapter 1, verse 8. It says, "Now when she had weaned Loruhamah, she conceived and bare a son." All right. Then said the Most High, "Call his name Loami, for you are not my people, and I am not your power. Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered. And it shall come to pass in that place where it said unto them, you are not my people, there it shall be said unto them, you are the sons of the living power." Right. Who are the sons of the living power? Israel, man. Yasha'Allah. He is a prince of power. Okay. Going from Abraham, Isaac to Jacob, man. It says, Then shall the children of Judah and the children of Israel be gathered together, and appoint themselves one head. And they shall come up out of the land, for great shall be the day of Jezreel, man. They shall appoint themselves one head. Because you got to understand, through the Israel's history, after King Solomon perished, the nation of Israel was divided. You had the nation of the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom. Now the Most High is drawing us back to be one head, which is the head of the main head is Yahweh Shai, who y'all ignorantly call Jesus Christ, a so-called black man from the tribe of Judah. He's our main head, and he's using his son Judah to draw in the nations, man, which is you Negro, Latinos, and Native American Indians that are scattered through the four corners of the earth. All right, that's who the Most High is looking for. That's who the Most High is. That's how he has it down in order, man. It says, I'm gonna go back to Hosea 1 and 11. Then shall the children of Judah and the children of Israel be gathered together. Right, when? In the last days, man. In the last days, that's when we're gonna be gathered together. And it's happening before y'all's people's eyes. Y'all just don't know it. Because you see one brother on the highways and the byways in your own city doesn't mean that there's not greater things happening through the whole earth. Y'all's knowledge is that small, man. You have no understanding, nor do y'all have the ability to see spiritual things. That's why y'all still in that same understanding, thinking that everybody can be saved, grafted in, you know, which is not true, man. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and get this script, Daniel. Or back to Hosea 1 and 11. Then shall the children of Judah and the children of Israel be gathered together and appoint themselves one head. Right, and that one head